Welcome to another episode of Pursuing Wisdom. My name is Robert Davis, and today we're going to look at the beasts from the earth. In our last video, we looked at the beasts from the sea, and I stated, when interpreting the vision of the beast, we must realize there are 4 distinct visions that have to agree. Otherwise, our interpretation is incorrect. Each vision must include all of the components of the previous vision, and what they symbolize has to be consistent in each vision. In other words, each vision builds upon the previous one. If not, we're twisting things to fit a theory. This beast did not exist in Daniel 2 or 7, so it's new. But remember, all of the components of Daniel 7 must exist in this vision. We have not accounted for the little horn. The image this beast creates is the missing little horn described in Daniel 7. This beast has 2 horns like a lamb, like Christ, but speaks as a dragon, meaning Satan. This means its outward appearance is like Christ, but it speaks as the devil or deceitfully. This beast is the proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing. Although this beast looks like a lamb, remember, it's not Jesus Christ. This beast from the earth and the first beast, meaning the 6th head, exist together and they exercise equal authority. This beast causes the people to worship the first, with great signs and miracles occurring by his power. It is also called the false prophet later in Revelation. As we stated in the earlier video, the beast from the sea represented the kingdoms of the world or governmental rule. In contrast, this beast arises from the earth. In the Bible, the term earth can refer to the land of Judea or things that are carnal as opposed to things that are heavenly. So what arises out of Judea or Israel that looks like a lamb? Our first thought would be Jesus. However, we already know this lamb is not Christ. This means we are looking for something that looks like Jesus on the outside, but inside is different. The only other thing that looks like Jesus is the church, which is the body of Christ. This beast from the earth deceives many into thinking his words are true. What we have depicted here is the infamous Antichrist. The problem is, many today are looking for a literal person to appear as the Antichrist. This thinking has allowed the false prophet to establish himself almost unnoticed. The people the Antichrist will deceive are those who sincerely want to follow Christ, which is why he comes looking like a lamb. Since we know this false prophet will look like Christ and exist for hundreds of years with the Roman Empire, we can safely conclude the Antichrist will not take the appearance of a human. Besides, we know from scriptures that the Antichrist is a spirit and therefore invisible. Although this beast from the earth is invisible, he causes people to build an image of the first beast with the wounded head and gives it life. Anyone who does not worship the image is killed. We know the wounded head of the first beast represents the Roman Empire. What image of the Roman Empire demanded worship or death? The Church of Rome demanded worship and killed those who refused. The pagan Church of Rome would not fool believers into worshiping it. However, the empire shifted from the Church of Rome and adopted Christianity as a new state religion. The church is the body of Christ. This is why we see it rise from the earth, or Judea. Israel is the birthplace of Christianity. Remember, this beast is the false prophet. The image is the embodiment of the beast of the earth. The church also looks like a lamb, since it is the body of Christ. Yet it speaks like a dragon. This points to the dogma of the church. Therefore, the beast from the earth is religion, and the image built by the people is the church, specifically the Roman Catholic Church. This sounds like blasphemy, so before we accept this theory, we should check it thoroughly. A quick look at history will tell you that the Roman Catholic Church had the same authority as the Roman Empire. The church required worship. Great signs and wonders have been reported for centuries. Giving the image, the church, life speaks to it becoming a government. A government naturally speaks for itself and its people. Vatican City is the world's smallest independent government. This is why it's described as the little horn in Daniel 7. Last, the church killed many who refused to worship their prescribed way. This process was called the Inquisition. Sadly, most people today are still awaiting the arrival of the Antichrist, when the prophecy of Revelation 13 has already been fulfilled right under our noses. If you want a deeper understanding about the beast and its mark, or you just want to know more about Revelation as a whole, then read The Final Message, Understanding the Book of Revelation. Don't forget to check out our other video on the series, Who is the Beast from the Sea? I'll include it as a link below this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, be blessed.